My name is Anika, and today we're going to be doing another probability question involving the Game of Thrones and handedness. So let's go ahead and get started. So here I have survey results about student handedness and whether or not they watch Game of Thrones. If you randomly select a student, what is the chance that they are left-handed given they do not watch Game of Thrones? So this is a perfect example of a conditional probability question where we have the probability that they are left-handed given they do not watch Game of Thrones. So the student is left-handed given, and this symbol here, that's going to be my given symbol, given that they do not watch Game of Thrones. And this symbol is the not symbol. So I have the probability that the student is left-handed given they do not watch Game of Thrones. So how I'm going to go about doing this question is actually first refer to my given, like the right-hand side of my given symbol, the probability that you're only picking from students who do not watch Game of Thrones. So I have my table over here, and I'm actually just going to be looking at this one row that the students do not watch Game of Thrones, and I have here a total of 179 students. So I know that out of this pool of 179 students, that's the students that I'm picking from, and I want to know the probability that the student I pick is left-handed given that they do not watch Game of Thrones, given that there's 179 students out of a total of 365 students that I have here in my sample. So these are the students that do not watch Game of Thrones. So in my denominator here, I know that I will have 179 students that I'll be picking from, and I want to find the probability that they are left-handed, that out of these students who do not watch Game of Thrones, what is the probability they are left-handed? So my denominator here is 179, and as I can see here, out of these students, what is the probability they are left-handed? Well, that's going to be 44 right here. And then my total answer would just be 44 out of 179. Now, a very common mistake that students make is actually saying maybe 77 out of 365 or 44 out of 365. They end up using the wrong total. So here, we're not actually picking out of all 365 students, right? Remember that over here are 365 students. That's actually the total number of students that I have in my entire sample. But this question only wants us to focus on the students who do not watch Game of Thrones. So using the 365 as your denominator and putting any number on top, well, that's going to be incorrect because that would imply I'm picking from any student, right? What is the chance that a student is left-handed given that they're in my total, given they're a student, right? That's 365. That's not what the question says. It says given they do not watch Game of Thrones. So here I'm actually going to be using my marginal total here of 179 students and then seeing out of these 179 students, how many are left-handed. So I'll be using this joint probability over here for this to be my final answer. So you can leave that as a fraction, or if you want, you can convert this to a decimal, which will be 0.2458, and that's rounded. Again, that's 4 significant digits. Both are equivalent. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!